A cold case from 15 years ago is being reopened by Dayton police. Hear more details about the latest updates on the case.
Recently opened Emergency Management Agency provides natural disaster resources in the county.
We are here at the Mack Center. The women's basketball game is set to tip off in about an hour. But stay tuned with me because I have more sports updates for all things Kent State sports coming up later in the show.
And the reactions from past presidents on Donald Trump's presidential victory. All this and more as KSTV starts right now.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Good evening, Portage County. Thank you for joining Kent Stater TV this Thursday. I'm Lex Rady.
And I'm Joe Malbin.
Portage County's Emergency Management Agency is providing new and innovative safety resources for victims of natural disasters in the county.
Our reporter Emma Campbell has more with the story.
Hi guys, the Emergency Management Agency has relocated their central office to Ravenna recently, where the community can have access to resources for large-scale natural disasters. Portage County's new Emergency Management Agency is now operating and is equipped for natural and human-made disasters.
I would say more preparedness and planning approach. So we can bring in our Kent State partners. We work very closely with Vince. He's the emergency manager director over there. We work with Ravenna City, Ravenna Township, Kent. They can all come here. We can all plan, prepare for a whole county. So having this building, having the space, the technology, we're able to be advanced in that world for emergency management.
To be closer to their neighboring emergency facilities, the space can house community members in the event of a crisis. 10-inch concrete slabs make up the ceiling to withstand all types of weather.
Twofold. So with the garage, so there is an incident, or say there's another public health incident, we're able to open up the garage, bring water, bring food, bring anything for a one-stop shop for the public if needed. So they could pull in State Route 59, pull around from the rear, come to the garage, we could drop stuff off to them.
Portage County's Emergency Management Agency has expanded its centralized location to allow better response time for safety forces in case of a large-scale emergency.
And so what we did is we worked with UH, and they were actually able to replace all the scraps for us, and we were able to give out to our first responders and also to public health and the hospitals.
Officials share how the EMA's new facility and latest technology helps efficiently alert the public through phone alerts and the free mobile app. Portage County's EMA is ready to respond with dispatch on hand 24/7. More information can be found on their website or their alert app, Portage Co EMA. For KSTV, I'm Emma Campbell.
Thanks, Emma. Well, Kent State is offering ways for students to work through their emotions post-election. Dialogue and Difference is an ongoing initiative that aims to engage the university community and advance core values such as freedom of expression, respect, and kindness. Today's event, Post-Election Reflections, which talked about people's emotions and wellness. The event was from 4 to 5 in the Kent State Student Center room 313.
Tomorrow, Kent State is holding a Veterans Day commemoration to honor all of those who have served. The event will take place at the Student Green near Risman Plaza at 11 a.m. Kent State's Army and Air Force ROTC will conduct the flag raising and postings of colors. Veterans and service members are welcome to join a lunch at noon in the Kent State Student Center second floor dining room and must RSVP in advance online.
Ravenna Police will be collecting food from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to benefit the Ravenna Center of Hope. Volunteer officials will be at the Mark's store in Ravenna at 1145 East Main Street and at Aldi's on 1350 East Main Street. Going into Thanksgiving, the Center of Hope is requesting non-perishable items.
The state of Ohio is giving Portage County nearly $800,000 in funding to help boost the availability of affordable housing. The Portage County Land Reutilization Corporation announced that $720,000 will go to the purchase of new homes, while the remaining amount will go to constructing 2 new homes. Now, work for the houses is set to start in 2025 as the land bank is waiting for an agreement from the Ohio Department of Development, who will give further details and a timeline for the project.
Your first forecast on Kent Stater TV. Hello, Portage County in Northeast Ohio. I hope you guys are all having a great day out there today. I'm KSTV weather anchor Odin Amador-Gorby with your Thursday evening weather forecast. Now, currently in Kent right now, we are dealing with partly cloudy skies with the current temperature being only 54 degrees out there right now. And as we look towards our Northeast Ohio region right now, we are definitely seeing very fall-like temperatures across our Northeast Ohio region. Kent is at 48, Youngstown at 50 degrees, Ashtabula at 53, Cleveland at 52, Akron, Canton 54, Worcester at 54, Mansfield at 53. Sandusky is cold at 50 degrees right now. So as you can see, this is that time of year. You know, it's not surprising at all. And our hour-by-hour forecast, folks, for this evening will be, 7 o'clock we'll be dealing with clear skies of low of 47, continuing with clear skies all throughout the 9 and 11 o'clock hours with lows going down to all the way down to 42 degrees towards 11 p.m. But yeah, that's all I have for right now, folks. In my next update, I will have your 7-day forecast. But until then, back to you guys at the news desk.
Thank you, Odin. We go now to updates on crime in local communities.
KSCB correspondent Lillian Drabick has more. Good evening, Lillian.
That's right, guys. I have the latest local crime updates from around Ohio, starting in Stowe. Yesterday, a man in Stowe called 911 after he stabbed and killed a 32-year-old woman. The 46-year-old man, John Lorkowski, reportedly stabbed the victim, his family member, after an altercation in his house. The victim was identified as Sherry Hutch and was pronounced dead on the scene. Police are in an ongoing investigation with the assistance of the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation. Nearby in Akron, a 22-year-old man was shot in Morgan Park. The man attempted to meet with a Facebook Marketplace buyer for his PlayStation 4, who arrived at the park with a second man who took the gaming console while the other shot the seller. The victim is currently receiving treatment at a local hospital. Akron Police is encouraging anyone with information about the attack to call and report. Another shooting occurred in Akron yesterday. The shooter, Ryan Schaefer, shot a 30-year-old man outside of West Waterloo Road and is now in custody in Summit County Jail and is charged with felonious assault. The victim underwent surgery at Cleveland Clinic Akron General Medical Center and is in serious condition. The cause of the shooting has not been released by Akron Police and it is still under investigation. 15 years ago, Sergeant Major North Woodall was stabbed and killed in his house in Dayton, but unfortunately the case went cold. Now with Veterans Day coming close, his case is being reviewed and reopened by the Dayton Police Office as a nod to his service in World War II and both the Korean and Vietnam Wars. DNA and fingerprints were collected at the scene and are being sent to the FBI's DNA index system. And that's all of the latest local crime updates that I have for you. For more updates and information, check out kentwire.com. For KSTV, I'm Lillian Drabick.
With races still undecided, Republicans are feeling hopeful about having a majority conservative House. We have how this shift could impact legislative and executive decisions.
President Biden spoke to the public for the first time since Donald Trump was re-elected to the White House. KSTV has the president's address.
Many Olympians have launched their careers at Kent State University. In track and field, veteran coach Nathan Fanger has propelled 2 star athletes to the Summer Games. Following in their powerful footsteps is Olympic hopeful Gabby Bailey. Gabby's high school coach knew Kent State would be a perfect home for the Jamaican star after seeing the success of one of his former athletes, Olympian Danielle Thomas-Dodd.
Kent is a good place to grow because the environment here is unmatched compared to other schools. It's not just a good place for athletes, it's a good place for everybody. Everybody feels supported here.
Coach Fanger helps Gabby grow athletically and academically.
We want to go win conference championships and we want to see people's success outside of track and field, but to get there, you've got to be able to be supportive through the whole process, right? I'm there essentially 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
It's like an experience that you probably won't get anywhere else. And it's just a feeling of being welcome all the time.
Kent State University's Marcello Fantoni has served on the scientific committee of the Palace of Versailles for the past decade. Through this prestigious position, Fantoni creates worldwide connections, helping Kent State students and faculty realize one-of-a-kind global experiences.
Today, Kent State University is a global university. we have a presence in every single continent of this planet. If we send our Ohio students all over the world and bring their experiences back, we create the conditions in Ohio for a much healthier and stronger development of the entire state. When you come back and you have more tools in your brain, more options for solutions, you are a more talented, a more versatile professional. And this is what the market wants today. The future of higher education is global.
The collaboration between Kent State and the Cleveland Museum of Natural History is a long-standing one.
Dr. Aaron's experimental lab is really state-of-the-art. It's known internationally.
We can recreate any artifact from the last 3 million years, and the Cleveland Museum of Natural History has pretty much any tool that ancient people use. So we send our students up here to study those examples so they can figure out how to recreate them. And the collaboration led to incredible discoveries right here in Ohio. And it's a dream come true.
Tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community.
Your stories.
Well, Joe, the United States and the world are reacting to Donald Trump's victory for presidency.
That's right, and KSTV's correspondent Gage Wellman joins us tonight in the studio with more. Good evening, Gage.
Thank you, Lex. Thank you, Joe. And just a few hours ago, President Joe Biden spoke in front of a crowd to address the results of the general election. Here is what he had to say.
The American experiment endures. We're going to be okay, but we need to stay engaged. We need to keep going. And above all, we need to keep the faith. I'm so proud to have worked with all of you. I really mean it. I sincerely mean it. God bless you all. God bless America. And may God protect our troops. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Now, what we heard from Biden is quite similar to what we've been hearing from Vice President Harris and others, messages of unity and of hope, while also promising a peaceful transition of power from the Biden administration to the second Donald Trump administration. President Biden also said that you, quote, can't love your country if you only win. Now, in the wake of Donald Trump re-entering the White House, multiple former presidents have released public statements of hope and positivity. 43rd President George Bush congratulated Trump and Senator Vance and highlighted the profound voter turnout the Republican ticket experienced. Lastly, 42nd President Bill Clinton congratulated the Democratic ticket on its campaign. In Eastern Europe, reactions have been piling in since Trump was re-elected. Citizens of Ukraine have shown mixed thoughts when asked by media, with citizens saying that they are either relieved to hear that Trump won or worried that he will not help Ukraine in their efforts against the Russian incursion. Citizens of Russia are mostly happy with the news, saying Trump is a strong leader and that they are happy Trump won due to his positive relationship with Vladimir Putin. In the state of Ohio, Vice President-elect Vance, who is the state senator, is expected to vacate his seat on the Hill. It is tradition for the state's governor to appoint someone to fill the seat, and in Ohio, Republican Governor Mike DeWine will choose the appointee. Whoever Governor DeWine decides to appoint, they will serve as senator until November 2026, when a special election will be held to decide who will finish the term. Vivek Ramaswamy and Matt Dolan have been targeted as potential replacements. Since Donald Trump left office in 2021, he was hit with a barrage of legal trials and different criminal charges, including mishandling federal documents and trying to overturn the 2020 election. Special counsel Jack Smith, who was selected to lead the case on Trump, is now in talks with the Department of Justice to end his federal prosecution of the president-elect. This is because Trump has said if elected, he would fire Smith, which would end the trial. Now, with all the news that is coming at us quickly, it is important to stay updated on what's changing in our country. To do so, feel free to check KentWire.com. I'm Gage Wellman, KSTV.
Thanks, Gage. Today, the Federal Reserve cut interest rates 1/4 point. This is the second time this year the Federal Reserve has made cuts, the last time cutting rates by 1/2 point in September. Rates have been kept at a 2-decade high for a year as a way for the central bank to ring inflation. While inflation has been falling, it has not been falling as quickly as estimated.
Republicans are hopeful about their ability to keep the House of Representatives following Donald Trump's presidential victory. Dozens of important races are still undecided, and while it could be days or weeks until the results are official, If the Republicans take majority in the House, that would put them in charge of the executive and legislative branches.
Bloomberg's Billionaire Index found that the world's top 10 richest people became $64 billion richer from Trump's re-election, with the world's richest person, Elon Musk, gaining the most. Musk's wealth jumped from $26.5 billion to $290 billion on Wednesday. Bloomberg says that this is the biggest daily increase in wealth it's seen since 2012.
Keeping you informed and ahead of the storm, this is your KSTV weather.
Hurricane Raphael is currently a Category 2 storm, but it is increasingly getting stronger.
The storm now having winds of up to 105 miles per hour.
Raphael made landfall in Cuba as a Category 3 storm yesterday afternoon.
The hurricane is expected to weaken as it continues its course. Initially, Louisiana was in the forecast cone, but it is no longer. For more on weather, we go now to meteorologist Odin Amador Gorby. Hi, Odin.
Hi guys, welcome back. So yeah, thankfully Hurricane Raphael will not be impacting Ohio at this time, so we're good on that. But here's a look now at your statewide temperatures all across our state of Ohio. As you can see right now, we are dealing with fall-like temperatures all across our area. Akron, Canton, 54, Athens, 60 degrees, 55 in Columbus, 57 in Toledo, Cincinnati, 61 degrees, and our neighbor to east, Pittsburgh, at 61 degrees right now. So it depends on where you are, but most areas are pretty cool right now this evening. And for tomorrow's forecast for Friday, you know, we are going to see gorgeous sunshine out there with a high of 60 degrees out there. So I'm sure that's a nice thing to see for everyone out there for tomorrow. And here's our 7-day outlook, folks. So as you can see, for Friday and Saturday, sunny skies with highs hitting the 60s. But then Sunday, we will have a rainy day with a high only reaching 55. And then Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday will be partly cloudy skies with highs in the 50s. Tuesday's hitting 49, but then Thursday we'll see rain showers with a high of 54 for Thursday. And that about wraps up my Thursday evening weather forecast. Please stay warm and make sure to please take care of yourself and each other. Have a great weekend, everyone. Back to you guys at the news desk.
2 restaurants are coming together to open a new chain. We have where the very first U.S. combination IHOP and Applebee's is opening and what their menu will hold.
Anthony Leonardi will join us live in the Mack Center for tonight's women's basketball game. More Kent State sports news ahead.
University, student athletes from around the world find their home away from home.
My dream has always been to come to the United States and play basketball on a college level.
I'm going to be the first graduate in my family. It's a big thing for me.
The faculty members here at Kent State are incredible.
I feel like Kent State, it has all the opportunity in the world.
Northeast Ohio is the ideal place for them to excel athletically and academically. From the moment they arrive, students are surrounded by a network of support that helps them thrive and achieve their dreams.
We are a family, so helping each other out is one of the most important things.
Straight away I knew I had people that I could count on. As soon as I got here, between coaches, friends that I met pretty early on, I feel like this is a second home now.
This is the place. This is it.
Coach Starkey, he always asks about how you're doing.
Our coaches are so supportive. They make you better athletes, and so many of those qualities are transferable. You're going to come out of here being a successful student athlete.
At Kent State University, we want all students to develop a global perspective. And with more than 200 study abroad programs in 60 countries, there are many opportunities. One is found in the Central African country of Rwanda, where students connect with survivors of the 1994 genocide.
We're learning about the reconciliation process. Rwanda sort of took a very community-based approach to how they recovered.
In January, a group of Kent State student athletes traveled to Rwanda, where they organized a soccer camp for children.
While we were there, we got to work with kids and spread our knowledge about sports.
And we brought shoes, cleats, soccer balls for everybody.
It was a transformational experience.
The people of Rwanda were full of joy. They were also full of excitement and life.
I think the big thing that I'm going to take home personally from the experience is perspective. There's not just one way to do things.
This was unlike any other academic experience I've ever had.
My name is Liam Aberly. I am an assistant designer here at Yellow Cake. Everything I do currently is all stuff that builds on top of things I learned at Kent.
They had a different commitment to their craft or to their major. You know, part of that is just who he is naturally, and I think part of that he gleaned and honed at, his time at Kent State.
There has been a bit of a budding scene here in Cleveland between Valerie and some other designers that live around here, and we're really starting to put Cleveland on the map in the fashion world.
Tonight, our sports anchor Anthony Leonardi joins us live at the Mack Center for the women's basketball game and to bring us the top Kent State sports headlines.
Anthony, tell us more.
Thanks, guys. I'm here at the Mack Center, as I said earlier, as the Kent State women's basketball team and Walsh University are doing their pregame warm-ups. We have just a little bit over 30 minutes until tip-off. Kent State is starting their season 0-1 after they dropped the season opener to James Madison on Monday. They look to get back in that win column tonight against Walsh and get their season going. Now we're going to take things over from the hard court over to the football field as the Kent State football team played Ohio University yesterday and lost with a final score of 41-0. That makes them 0-9 on the season with an 0-5 record in the MAC conference. Kent State struggled on both sides of the ball as they gave up 23 first downs and can only muster up 7 on offense. This is Kent State's 18th straight loss since their last win on September 16th, 2023. The next game is against Miami of Ohio next Wednesday. And sticking on the grass, the Kent State women's soccer team lost in the semifinals of the MAC tournament to #1 Western Michigan Broncos today. For the Golden Flashes, Elisa Arthur scored a goal in the 20th minute. And for the Broncos, goals were scored by Jaden Peck, Abby Worthman, Jenna Blackburn, and Jen Blishhawk. Western Michigan will go on to face #2 Buffalo in the MAC championship, and the time for that game is still yet to be determined. And that is all I'm going to have for you guys from the MAC Center. And just another reminder, that tip-off is at 7 o'clock if you were planning on watching. For more updates on all things sports, be sure to keep up with us on KentWire.com. I'm Anthony Leonardi. Back to you guys at the studio.
And half-priced appetizers will be delighted to hear of the newest combined Applebee's IHOP restaurant.
I feel like her heartbeat is like same speed as mine, and I think we have this like deep connection, this heart connection in her heart, that there's room for me and Mom. When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer. It's a sensory thing. It's a thing with Asperger's.
She's really good with Anya. I've seen adults react to my daughter when she has meltdowns, like she's from a different planet. And this little animal just sat next to my child and was just like, it's gonna be cool. She's my superhero. Good job, kitty cat. When we adopted Lucky, we discovered all the wonderful things that make her unique.
Lucky's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly she's pure love.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows? Maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Starbucks has recently announced its official 2024 holiday menu with new drinks such as Cranberry Orange Refresher, Salted Pecan Crunch Cold Brew, and many more holiday-themed cold brews. The Seattle-themed chain also brought back some fan favorites to the menu, such as the Peppermint Mocha and Caramel Brulee Latte. The Sugar Plum Cheese Danishes and Cranberry Bliss Bars are returning to the menu as well, and that just sounds delicious.
And speaking of delicious, the Applebee's and IHOP crossover that we didn't know we needed. Applebee's and IHOP will be opening a joint restaurant in Texas. Renderings of the mixed restaurant show the interior of both the bar scene of Applebee's and the typical diner look of IHOP. The hybrid restaurant has seen success in Latin America, Canada, and the Middle East.
Well, you know what I'm thinking that we should do?
What do you think, Lex?
As a really great bonding moment for KSTV.
Okay.
Let's take a 19-hour car ride to
Yeah.
Texas. Get some Starbucks on the way since they just came out with their menu.
A cranberry refresher.
Yeah, cranberry, and it would be a joyous car ride, I feel. It would be a great bonding moment for us. What are your guys' favorite Applebee's, IHOP dishes?
Now, I think when you think about Applebee's, you have to think about the half-priced appetizers. You know, the spinach and artichoke dip, the mozzarella sticks, you know, yeah, got to be the half-priced apps for me. Odin, what about you?
I just like your cheesecake.
Cheesecake?
Yeah.
All right, all right. And Lillian?
I love pancakes, so I will definitely be getting chocolate chip pancakes.
Chocolate chip pancakes, all right. Gage.
I'm a big breakfast guy, so probably just like a really classic American breakfast with eggs and pancakes, bacon. And I'd probably get that at IHOP for sure. Maybe a cup of warm coffee.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, mine isn't that exciting. I probably would get grilled chicken. I heard it's pretty good from our reporter. She recommended it.
Okay.
Yeah. So what about our Starbucks drinks? What are we thinking here? You know, because we got to prioritize that first since that's the drive. Because we got 19 hours, people.
Right, we need to stop there first before
Okay. Yeah.
we get there.
I would say I probably would go with the cold brew. I love me a good cold brew.
Oh, yeah.
My girlfriend, she recently just put me on to a shaken espresso blonde with, she likes oat milk, but I just prefer regular 2% milk, and I really like it.
That's really specific. Nice. What about you guys?
Well, I guess I'll just take maybe a white chocolate, hot chocolate.
That sounds good.
Nice.
That sounds good. I think I'm going to go with a hot chocolate too.
I'm a big fan of refreshers, so
Oh,
I'll be
really?
definitely be trying that new one.
The cranberry?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can go on winter break. You know, make it very festive, make it very holiday-like. So here's the final question I have. Applebee's or IHOP?
Got to be Applebee's.
I would say IHOP.
Yeah.
IHOP.
All right.
IHOP.
I'll be the deciding factor, but unfortunately, that's all the time we have for tonight.
For updates on all these stories and more, visit KentWire.com or check us out on all social medias. For Kent Stayer TV, I'm Joe Malvin.
I'm Odin Amador Gorby.
I'm Lillian Drapick.
I am Gage Wellman.
And I'm Lex Rady. Have a great night, Portage County.
Is it okay over there? Is that good?
Jackie boy, look, we have bbeen through a lot together.
Hurry up before this rain, this rain goes away.
Well, it's just,
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking. Now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.